Organic fertilization plays a typical role in the health of our crops, and it is a cornerstone of sustainable agriculture. Organic fertilization. It was developed in early times.
नीचे स्लाइड से होता है राइट साइड में
Organic fertilization. It was developed in early 90s by Sir Albert Harper. It refers to process of using organic fertilization to provide nutrients to plants for support growth and provide nutrients to the plant. In organic fertilization, they are made up of animal waste or plant-based materials. Process of organic fertilization. The following processes are material selection, collection and storage, pre-treatment. In pre-treatment, there are methods like composting, vermicomposting and anaerobic digestion. Application planning, soil separation, application. Application means apply the fertilizer to the plant according to the soil type and material. Incorporation, monitoring and maintenance. Benefits of using organic fertilization. Improve soil structure and health. Improve cation exchange capacity. Easy to apply and low cost. Promote microbial activity and environment safe. Reduce soil erosion. Types of soils. According to ICAR, Indian Council of Agriculture Research, there are 8 main types of soils in India. We are going to focus on Andhra Pradesh. In Andhra Pradesh, there are 4 main types of soil. First, black cotton soil. It covers 25% of area in Andhra Pradesh. In this type of soil, mostly grown cotton, tobacco, chili, sugarcane. Next, red sandy loamy soil. 66% of soil is covered in Andhra Pradesh. In this type of soil, coconut, sugarcane, sorghum, millets are grown. Alluvial soil. This type of soil is highly fertile and number of variety crops can be grown. 45% area is covered in this soil. Laterite soil. Only 1% of soil is covered in this soil in Andhra Pradesh. This soil is mostly seen in hilly areas of eastern Ghats of Visakhapatnam. Properties of soil. Properties of soil. It determines by the composition of soil as different biotic and abiotic compounds. Properties of soil. Physical chemical properties. If physical chemical properties are highly increased, biological properties will be increased equally. In Andhra Pradesh, the first introduced organic fertilizers in Anantapur district on ground level using vermicompost and green manure. In next, Chittoor district on mango tomato using compost and biofertilizer. Next, East Godavari district on paddy and sugarcane using farmyard manure and panchavya. Next, Krishna district on rice and cotton using compost and green manure. The topic is continued by Radhika. Now we will talk about before use of organic fertilization, what is the soil condition in Andhra Pradesh. First, nutrient deficiency. Lack of essential nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, potash, it can affect in the crop growth. Next, high temperature. High temperature is in Andhra Pradesh, above 40 degrees centigrade temperature in summer season. It can affect the degradation of the soil and loss of nutrients. Next, low cation exchange capacity. If low cation exchange capacity, reducing the ability and retain the nutrients. Erosion and nutritional loss. Fourth point. Erosion and nutrition loss. It can, if heavy rainfall and heavy wind and heavy run of water, it can reduce the loss of the soil and reduce the nutrient capacity. After impact of organic fertilization on physical properties of soil in Andhra Pradesh. In physical properties, soil structure, soil texture, and bulk density, water holding capacity, soil porosity, and soil color. After use organic fertilization, these are increased in the soil because if when organic fertilization is used, automatically the soil and air and water will be come to the soil, and in 25 to 35% soil structure will be increased, and soil texture will be 10 to 20% will be increased. In soil texture, the clay and silty content will be increased. That is 10 to 20% silty content and clay percentage 5 to 15%. And water holding capacity. Moisture is very important for the soil plant growth. In chemical properties, the good pH level is 6 to 7.5. If pH is decreased, the nutrient losses will be more. And cation exchange capacity. The cation exchange capacity mainly produced in calcium, magnesium, and potassium nutrients. If cation exchange capacity will help to reduce the pH level in the surrounding sides of the soil. Electric conductivity. Electric conductivity will help to movement of the animal wastage into the soil. Biological properties. In biological properties, in physical and chemical properties will be good. Automatically, the biological properties will be also increasing. In microbial population, the mainly water holding capacity, moisture will be there. Automatically, the microbial population will be increasing. And nitrogen fixation, crop will be done in leguminous crops. The leguminous crops, the rhizobium bacteria will be there. Automatically, the nitrogen fixation will be done. In Andhra Pradesh, after use of organic fertilization, enhancing the soil health and improving it. After use of organic fertilization, low soil fertility and salinity problems will be solved, and physical, biological, and chemical properties will be good. Changes in good. Therefore, promoting organic fertilization practices is essential for maintaining soil health and achieving sustainable agriculture in the region.
Very good. Thank you very much for that presentation. Let's have a question. Any student, any delegates?
Can you change the texture by adding organic matter? Texture cannot be changed. The structure can be, but not texture. Texture.
The clay and silt percentage will be.
So can you change that?
Structure can.
The structure, yes, but not texture. If the texture improves, how do you improve? Maybe you talk about it. Overall improvement is soil health. Andhra Pradesh. Okay, Mother from there.
Rahul Khanna. Rahul Khanna has to give, I think, something. Rahul, if you are here. Yes, sir. Please take 7 to 8 minutes. Then next is Mr. Chehak Jain. Miss Chehak Jain. Be reading. Next speaker.
So good afternoon, all delegates and everybody present. I am Rahul Khanna. I am working as research fellow in Punjab Agriculture University in Department of Microbiology. My topic is quality enhancement of Hylocereus phosphorensis, which is red resin fruit wine, effects of fattiness juice blending, unsaturated fatty acids. Here I am to present my research work. So red dragon fruit that has very high nutritional quality. It is gaining popularity. Extensive farming is done in Ludhiana, Amritsar, and Moga. It has been started. And the thing is that this fruit sells at a peak rate, and the cull fruit, which has very low economic importance, can be used in the wine formation. So it has very vibrant pigments and beta lanes, which contains beta-cyanine and beta-xanthan, and high antioxidant content. It has very high vitamin profiling of the complex like thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, pantothenic acid, pyridoxine, and vitamin C, that is ascorbic acid. This fruit is, as we know, is tropical, highly perishable, and so the cull fruit can have, which have very low economic importance, can be incorporated in wine formation. Alcoholic fermentation of dragon fruit into the wine may provide an alternative for post-harvest preservation and add value to the fruit. Saccharomyces cerevisiae, the wine yeast is used in this modern wine industry to produce wine, owing particularly to its remarkable sugar consumption and alcohol tolerance ability. The yeast metabolism, when it ferments, it alters physiochemical and ontological properties of red wine like aromatic compounds, alcohols, flavonoids. So there is increase in these bioactive compounds. Dragon fruits, the problem with the dragon fruit is that it has high pectin content, which do not make the sugars available to the yeast to ferment and produce alcohol. And secondly, it has very low acidity. So so application of pectinated enzymes can degrade pectin will clarify the juice, and it will release the antioxidants and other compounds trapped in it. So on other side we can also blend it with the white grape juice. And thirdly, we can use unsaturated fatty acids. These fatty acids like oleic acid, linoleic, and alpha-linolenic. These fatty acids will increase the membrane fluidity of the yeast and will increase fermentation efficiency, and also it also increases the fermentation efficiency and ethanol tolerance. So it also alters volatile profile by formation of more higher alcohol volatile compounds like esters. In material method, red dragon fruit pulp was procured from Department of Food Science and Technology (PAU). Then the juice was diluted with the bottle in the ratio 1:1, and this was set at 18-degree press. Then the pectinase treatment was given, that is 0.5 mg per 100 ml enzyme 45 degrees Celsius for 6 hours. This enzyme has activity of 3.7 unit. So then the yeast Saccharomyces cerevisiae strain MK680910 was inoculated in glucose yeast agar and incubated for 24 hours for 28 degrees Celsius. 1% of inoculum was added into dragon fruit, and then after its incubation 6.5% was inoculated for the wine production. So 4 trials were made. First was with dragon fruit, that is with dilution with water. Second was dragon fruit dilution with water but with pectinase treatment. Third was by using white grapes, and fourth was white grapes with dragon fruit and then pectinase treatment. So this is the yeast that was used. So the wines were analyzed for bioactive compounds, for antioxidant, DPBH inhibition was used, flavonoids, total phenolic compounds, color analysis was done, FTI analysis of the wine, and ethanol production was tested. Then the best trial was further subjected to the optimization of unsaturated fatty acid. RSM response circuit methodology was used to get the unsaturated fatty acid optimized, and alcohol concentration was studied as a response. So these were the higher and lower ranges of the UFAs used. So the software gave these 20 runs of the different fatty acids. In the result, it was found that with the treatment with pectinase, the bioactive compounds were gradually increased in all the trials, and ethanol concentration also increased with the application of pectinase enzyme. The color analysis, there was degradation of color. As you can see, delta is was found to be 3.17. So in first two trials, color degradation was more with the pectin enzyme, and in the second it was less. Then the FTIR analysis was done. So more peaks of aliphatic estrous compound and aromatic compounds were present in the wine treated with pectinase. But on the basis of sensory evaluation and consumer acceptance, dragon fruit wine without blending, without pectinase was used because the presence of the bioactive compounds, the more concentration make the wine bitter, and the pectinase enzyme also degrade color. So it reduces customer acceptance. So this wine was taken further with, for the estimation of by using unsaturated fatty acids. So these were the trials were run. It was found that oleic acid has the maximum impact on, and then the linoleic acid, and then the alpha linoleic acid. So these were the values which were optimized for the different fatty acids. At the lowest concentration, the ethanol hiked up, and also in previous 20 days of fermentation was carried out, but with the addition of unsaturated fatty acid, it was reduced to 14 days. And also ethanol was high. Previous it was 6.97, but then it hiked to 9.83. And there was color preservation also with use of fatty acids. Conclusion: pectinase treatment and blending with white grape significantly increase the alcohol content and bioactive compounds in dragon fruit wine. FTIR also confirmed aromatic, aliphatic and ethyl compounds more in pectinase treated wine. While pectinase improved several wine characteristics, it led to the noticeable color degradation, which decreases consumer capacity, acceptance, and it was less appealing. It had less appealing mouthfeel. On the basis of sensory profiling, consumer acceptance dragon fruit wine without branding and pectinase treatment was selected, and these were the values which were selected for unsaturated fatty acid, which decreases the fermentation time from 20 days to 14 days. Thank you.
Thank you, Rahul. I don't know how much area has been covered up until study. Do you have any questions? Otherwise, Jack is the next speaker. Jack. Thank you, Rahul.
Very good afternoon to all present. I Charik Jain from Punjab Agriculture University, from PhD biochemistry student. So I am presenting my part of the research work, that is the dark fermentation of sugarcane biomass hydrosilate by the enterobacter aerogens for the hydrogen production. So introduction. So as we have seen in the era of depletion of the fossil fuels with the change in the climate, so we need some alternate source of energy. So biohydrogen is one of the promising energy fuel that can be generated from the lignocellulosic biomass. As biohydrogen being the cleaner fuel, as upon combustion it produces the water. So it is a carbonless fuel. Also it has a higher calorific value of 4000 kilojoules. So it is a promising future fuel, it can be considered. So lignocellulosic biomass that can be, I have shared among the sugarcane biomass, as it composed of cellulose, hemicellulose and lignin that can be utilized as an alternative source. So sugarcane biomass that composed of the sugarcane bagasse, stalks and leaves that has been generated after the extraction of juice that can be utilized for the biofuel generation. So Before the application of this, we need the pre-treatment of this lignocellulosic biomass so that the hemicellulose or the cellulose get exposed to the liquid and the sugars are being released. So these sugars can be further fermented under a dark fermentation condition by some anaerobic bacteria to produce the hydrogen gas. So further, we can enhance the production of hydrogen by some nanoparticles, addition of nanoparticles, which would enhance the strategy of the hydrogen production. So the objective of our study is to determine the optimum reaction condition for the pre-treatment of whole sugarcane biomass and the subsequent hydrogen production through the dark fermentation of the sugar-rich hydrolysate and the further enhancement by the nanoparticles. So the first is the optimization of dilute acid pre-treatment for the hydrogen production. This is done by the response surface methodology. So for this we have taken the whole sugarcane plant after the extraction of juice. So whole sugarcane biomass contains the gas, top as well as leaves. So it was sun-dried, washed and bring to a particle size of 0.171 mm. And response surface methodology was applied with the three independent factors, that is acid concentration, time and the solid liquid ratio. That is acid concentration, the range of 0.5 to 2.5, time of autoclave, that is 20 to 60 minutes, solid liquid ratio of 1 is to 10 is from to 1 is to 20. And different responses were performed, that is reducing sugar, total phenols and perfurals, and the optimized results were obtained. So this is the ANOVA table showing the response survey for the quadratic model, and our responses show the significant model and the lack of fit is non-significant. So here the response surface plot has been shown. First is for the reducing sugars, total phenols and perfurals. Here the among the acid with time with solid liquid ratio and time with acid interactions have been shown. So amongst reducing sugars, we have observed that from the 5 gram to 21 gram per 100 gram of the sugar has been released into the hydrolysate. So for the hydrogen production, we require the maximum amount of sugars, while the lesser amount of perfurals as well as the total phenols are required, so that inhibitors action will be less. So we get the optimized result, that is the 2.2% acid, 56 minutes of autoclave time, and the ratio is of solid liquid ratio is 1 is to 16.5, and we get the sugars of 21.9 gram per 100 gram of biomass and total phenols as described. So we have done the structural analysis. First is the scanning electron microscopy. First A diagram is for the raw sample. So here we can see the intact structure has been shown, but upon the dilute acid treatment, the structure has been distracted, and distortion causes the release of the sugars from the cellulose as well as the hemicellulose. While the X-ray diffraction pattern has been observed for the raw sample as well as acid treated sample, where we can observe that crystallinity index decreases from 70% to 46%, which shows that upon dilute acid treatment, sugars have been released and the structure has been distorted. So next is biohydrogen production by the dark fermentation. So for this we have taken the 30 gram of biomass. I have shown here for the 30 gram, but we have optimized it for different substrate concentration. So best optimized condition we have applied here for 30 gram of biomass, and the optimized result that we get from the response surface methodology has been applied. So we have soaked this 30 gram into the acidic water, and afterwards it was autoclaved next day, and afterwards the double cheese cloth was used to taken out the hydrolysate. Further enterobacter and the nutrient media was added, and the volume was made up to 2000 ml. And the volume displays were noted, followed by the hydrogen gas percentage by the gas chromatography, reducing sugars, total sugars, and the BFS were noted. So here the trend has been observed for the hydrogen gas production and the hydrogen percentage. If we see from the 24 hours of the fermentation, production of the gas increases from 24 to 72 hours of fermentation, that is 108 ml per liter, and the hydrogen percentage was noted to be 38%, and afterwards it decreases with the time of fermentation. So while cumulative hydrogen production increases from 24 hours to 120 hours of the fermentation, it was maximum noted at the 222 ml per liter. So here's the trend for the reducing sugars and the total sugars have been shown. So as we say, the fermentation process proceeded. So sugars are being consumed. So we can say total sugars and the reducing sugars have been consumed from the 24 hours to the 120 hours of the fermentation, which we can see the triple fold was observed at the 72 hours where the maximum hydrogen production we have analyzed. While if we see for the trend for the pH as well as the volatile fatty acid, we have observed as the volatile fatty acid increases, it leads to the decrease in pH as we have seen. So decrease in pH lead to the reduction in the production of hydrogen percentage. So this was maximum we have observed 108 ml per liter of hydrogen being produced, but further for enhancement we have done the addition of nanoparticles to the hydrolysate. So here we have added different concentration ranges from 20 mg per liter to 50 mg per liter of the iron oxide nanoparticles that had been synthesized. So we have observed that it was not a regular trend on addition of the excess amount of the nanoparticles, but at the 30 mg per liter maximum displacement and maximum hydrogen percentage was observed, that is 318 ml. Earlier it was just 108 ml and here it is 318 ml per liter was observed. So we can say, and even with the increase in the nanoparticle concentration, hydrogen has been decreased. So optimum we get the value that 30 mg per liter get the best result for the hydrogen production. While for the cumulative we can see increase in the hydrogen production is observed, and for the 30 mg per liter it's showing the maximum hydrogen production. So hence the conclusion is that we get the optimized results from the response surface methodology for the hydrogen production, that is 2.2% of the acid, 56 minutes of the autoclave and 1:16.5 solid liquid ratio. So this can be utilized for the hydrogen production. But further, we need the substrate ratio to be optimized. So we have done for the 30 gram. 30 gram of sugarcane biomass yields 108 ml per liter of the hydrogen. But for the enhancement, we have used the nanoparticles. So 30 mg per liter gives the best results. And moreover, we have go for the circular biorefinery approach. So the liquid used here was utilized for the hydrogen production, while the solid residue left was used in the formation of briquettes. That briquettes give the calorific value of 4,178 calories per gram. So overall it presents the circular biorefinery approach for utilization of the waste residue that is generated from the sugarcane biomass. Thank you.
Very nice presentation. Presentation, very nice. Translation. We have our degree Dr. Boria, who is a former director and professor for marketing. Who will be taking my place as chairman of the and now he will be next.
Research.
Raman P. Kaur. Yes, please.
So, as our chairman of this session is leaving because of his train journey, so I will request to our Dean Agriculture to honor the chairman of this session.
Yes, sir.
ज़्यादा ही हो जाएगी। से ले लो।
मुंबई से ले लेने ये ना लगे मैं दे रहा हूँ
वो मेरे वाला ले ले निकाल लेना।
निकाल दो डॉक्टर साहब वाले दे दे
इससे ले लो।
ऐसे देंगे बोल ना पहुंचे
So after the honor of chairman, now I will request to our dean sir to honor the co-chairperson of this session, Madam Sandeep Kaur.
आज डॉक्टर ठीक है अपना नंबर आ
So after the completion of honor of our chairperson and co-chairperson, I will request again to Ramandeep ma'am to please come for continued discussion.
बोर्ड मेंबर।
Okay, good afternoon everyone. So this side Ramandeep from Department of Genetics and Plant Breeding, Guru Kashi University. So here I represent search work that's on Brassica gentiana, that's the Indian mustard, and my work is on heterosis and combining variety analysis in Indian mustard. Next slide. So first of all, why I select the mustard and also conventional plant breeding? Because today all people are going for molecular breeding and they are doing using some biotechnological tools. But as well as the biotechnological tools and molecular level study, conventional breeding is also important because if we want to fix the heterosis and if we want to stabilize the genetic constitution of any variety, then conventional breeding is the most important. So that's why I choose this heterosis and combining ability analysis in Indian mustard. So first of all, mustard is the most important crop because all people we are going for rice, wheat. So mustard is a oilseed crop and this is also most important for us. So here I choose a Brassica gentiana, that is an amphidiphloid. And the mustard grown in area and 95.77 lakh hectare, which is lower than the Ministry of Agriculture estimates of 98.02 lakh hectare in 2022 and 23. So evolution of breeding material for general and specific combinability as well as heterosis for seaweed and yield contributor factor is a prerequisite to any breeding program. Because if we are doing some conventional breeding and we are stabilized and also fix the heterosis in our land bases, which have more genetic constitution, broad genetic constitutions, then we can easily develop a more breeding program and also produce a good yield varieties, which is important for us. Next. So these are the objectives of our study. So in this study, we may check the variability present in different genotypes of mustard for various states and also estimate the heterosis, in which all type of heterosis like heterobatiosis and also some check varieties we are using. So also estimate the general and specific combining abilities, because if we check the combiner ability of any varieties, then we can check that Then we can check easily which varieties easily combine with other type of land races and varieties. So here, next one is identify the best genotype for E and its contributes to identify spirit hybrids. So these are the macrolide materials. So we grow our varieties, which is a mainly land races, IC varieties. IC means to say that indigenous varieties. And experimental unit is a randomized block design, and total number of genotypes is 8 here, in which 5 are lines and 3 are tested. Means to say that we are using 5 as a female line and 3 are as a male line. So number of replication are 3 and isolation distance also maintained according to the standards. So these are our genotypes. Actually, all the materials we were purchased from NVPGR New Delhi, which is the IC lines, indigenous collection. And actually, indigenous collection, they have not any particular character. So we just identify and check which one is the best IC line. So in these 8 lines, some 5 are the lines which we are using as a female, and 3 are we are using as a tester. Next. So this is the analysis of variance for combinability, in which we check the crosses, replication, also line effect, tester factor, and line into tester factor, because we are using matching line into tester here. In this line into tester process, we are particularly identify the lines and tester. Next, please. So this is also continuous data of replication process, line effect and tester effect. Next. So this is the estimation of general combinability. In this general combinability, we checked that the line is the IC 597919 is the best combiner, which have a best combination for all the other 3 testers. Next, please. And same in the case of IC 597919 is also best combination. This is actually a specific combination. So next, please. So this is the overall presentation of crosses. In this crosses 5979, this is the most important part, and this one is the best combination of specific combinability. Next, please. So in this same cases, the best combination is 597919. Next, please. This is the detail of all the crosses, line into testers. So this is the conclusion. In this case, we studied that GCA factor is that the 597919 has a significant and positive correlation with the plant height. If plant height is more, they give us more yield, and the best combiner is a IC 597879 into 571648. So this one is the best recorded, best specific combination recorded. And for heterologous 6 cross combination, that is the IC 597879 and 57164. It is the found is the best one. And we are also using for further breeding purpose. These lines we can easily use for further breeding programs and also for fixing the heterologous in IC lines. Thank you.
It's okay, but you should make slide of material. Too much material in one slide.
Yes, sir.
That's not going to understand.
Actually, we have a lot of crosses in this case, so that's why.
Time constant here. Okay.
And also we work on many type of heterologous because crosses are more in this case. So, but mention is also important in this course. Thank you.
Next is Naveen, Naresh Kumar.
Naresh Kumar.
Next one is
Pappu.
Good afternoon, everyone. And my name is Abnesh Riga, and I am here to give you the presentation about the effect of integrated nutrient management on the growth of the cotton and soil health in Telangana. First of all, let me explain to you about the integrated nutrient management. It is the supply of the nutrients in a balanced manner to get the desired productivity by applying the organic sources or inorganic sources in the integrated manner. And also this helps in the maintaining the soil health and the soil pH, soil structure, etc. And some of the components of the integrated nutrient management are like organic manures, inorganic manures, biosynthetic materials, etc. And importance. Integrated nutrient management helps in the reducing of the contamination of the waterways by the plant nutrients, and also helps in soil fertility improvement and plant productivity, and reduce the cost of the chemical fertilizers, and balancing of the nutrition to the crops, and promotes the carbon sequestration, and also prevents the deterioration of the soil, water ecology, and leaching of the nutrients from the soil. And cotton in Telangana. Cotton is known as a white gold, and in the third largest state producing in the cotton was the Telangana in India. It produces about 5 million bales of cotton annually, and also in Telangana mostly for the cotton production they usually use the red gloomy soils and the black soil, and the growing season was at the sowing season was at the June to July. And according to the Professor Jaishankar Telangana State Agriculture University 2023 to 2024, they had estimated cotton production up to the 48.12 lakh bales. And the highest production of district in Telangana was in Nalgonda, then after Sangareddy, Adilabad, Asifabad, and Nagar Karnool district. And there are approximately 31 mills are present, and 1 lakh spinners are present. And there was a field experiment that was conducted by the Professor Jaishankar Agriculture State University in 2015 to 2016 in the Kharif season. This experiment was conducted to determine the various soil conservation, moisture approaches, and also the integrated nutrient management approaches, which is regarding with the root characteristics and productivity NPK uptake of the cotton in the rich soils of Telangana. This experiment was conducted by the C.H. Pragati Kumari Garu and with her team in the 2015 to 2016 in the Professor Jaishankar Telangana State Agriculture University and in the rainfed conditions. And at that time they had maintained up to the 7.33 pH level, and also they had started incorporation of the NPK like low amount of the nitrogen of 184 kg per hectare, and medium amount of the phosphorus like 46.6 kg per hectare, and high amount of the potassium like 435 kg per hectare. And also by doing this field experiment they had gone through some of the results like increasing the yield of the ball weight, and seed cotton yield, and also the root volume and root weight, and also the NPK uptake capacity. At last they had been concluded that applying of the 100% recommended dose of the fertilizer plus 25% of the recommended dose of the nitrogen can be applied in the form of the F11 pre-pressed mud along with the BBF and polymulch. This can lead to help in the increasing of the yield and seed cotton yield, and also the water use efficiency. And also the cotton has been observed more moisture content from the soil, and also the nutrient content from the soil by the depth at 0 to 15 centimeters or 15 to 30 centimeters. In the polymulch or the BBF when compared with the other land configurations. And also has been cotton is a deep-rooted crop, so it can absorb the more nutrients from the soil as well as the more moisture content from the soil. So for every 100 kg of cotton seed, produce the cotton depletes the soil by 6 to 7 kg of nitrogen and 1.9 to 2.5 kg of the phosphorus, and 6 to 8 kg of the potash, and also 1.2 to 2 kg of the sulfur. And integrated management of the cotton growth. First one was nutrient efficiency. Integrated nutrient management practices can be incorporated in the both forms like organic sources and inorganic sources. This helps in the balancing of the nutrients at the various growth stages of the plant, which leads to the high productivity. Next. And growth improvement. Growth increment will be at the maximum by incorporation of the organic inputs, and that helps in the root development, soil capacity improvement, and also the water retention and enhancing the soil structure, etc. And also the main concept when it comes to Telangana was withstanding to the stress conditions. Next. Fiber quality. Improved plant health and growth conditions can result in the better fiber quality, fiber strength, and fiber length. As the fiber quality will be depends upon the the genetics of the plant, and also as the cotton cellular structure is very strong, the fiber will be very tough of the cotton. Next. Pest and disease resistance. Healthier plants exhibit good resistance power, and also that leads to increase the natural predators in the field, and which leads to a good yield and productivity. Next. Yield improvements. Has the incorporation of the integrated nutrient management practices in the field that can result in the decrease of the chemical fertilizer application and increase of the organic fertilizers, and leads to the soil fertility year after year. Soil health of cotton. Soil structure. By application of the organic matter in the form of the compost or FIM or water from any kind of it, the improving of the soil texture will be takes place, and also the aeration of the soil will be loosens, and the infiltration will be increases, and also which is very beneficial for the dry conditions in the Telangana. Nutrient cycle. The conversion of the energy from one form to another form, which can be utilized by the organisms, is the nutrient cycle. In the integrated nutrient management, we could apply both, like organic matter and inorganic matter. But in the application of the organic matter, it can help to store release of the nutrients when compared to the inorganic matter. So this can help in reduction of the leaching of the nutrients from the soil, and also increase the nutrient efficiency. Soil pH and fertility. Mostly when we compare to the application of the inorganic, by the application of organic nutrients, the soil pH will be improved and fertility also increases. Sustainability. Dependency can be reduced on the chemical fertilizers by applying the organic fertilizers. Best fertilizers for cotton farming. The organic fertilizers like FIM, like meal and NPK, biofertilizers and green manures, and inorganic like urea, DAP, potassium, chloride, ammonium nitrate, and calcium nitrate. Effect of INM of cotton in Telangana. We could use both organic and inorganic sources in INM, but that can be done in the recommended sources. And also, by some of the field experiments, they had been shown that half of the nitrogen by the organic sources and remaining half of nitrogen and full potassium and P and K can be applied for the ideal combination for integrated nutrient management. And also recently zinc and sulfur are also added in the organic sources in the form of the compost application. Crop residue of green manure can be grown and recycled in the cotton cultivation under the adequate conditions. Has integrated management, nutrient management was recently coming approach in the Telangana. So it was one of the essential enhancing factor for the cotton growth and soil health. And also it is very sustainable practices for, and which can lead to the more productivity of the yield, and also they improve the farmer's livelihood. Continued efforts in research and education are critical for successful INM improvements. Thank you.
Data.
Good afternoon everybody. I am Simran from Department of Management. Today I am going to present the topic AI in the field. a comprehensive review of agricultural practices. Agriculture is the practice of cultivating soil, growing crops, or raising animals for food and control. Earlier, agriculture was emphasized on fruit and crop production. But over past 20 years, its role has been expanded to include production, processing, distribution, and marketing, which boosts the growth of GDP and reduces unemployment. Agriculture meets the food demand of population. As the world's population is rising, it calls for a need to bring innovations in agricultural field by the use of AI and in other technical advancements, which will increase the crop yields and reduce the requirement for crop inputs like water, pesticides, and other chemicals, further preserving the natural ecosystem. The objectives of the study are: first, to examine the use of AI in the agricultural field. Second, to know how AI techniques optimize farming practices by soil, disease, crop, and weed management. Third, to explore the challenges faced during implementation of AI technologies in fields. Next slide. AI holds the potential to transform agriculture. With the use of AI techniques, not only agricultural output will increase, but food security will also be ensured. Soil, one of the most important components of agricultural operations, can be effectively managed and preserved by using soil moisture dynamics and nutrient management available. The productivity and profitability can be increased by precision crop management, which means real-time monitoring of crop health and environmental conditions by using sensor networks and predictive models. Agricultural productivity is threatened by disease and weed management. AI enables early disease detection and suggests solutions by analyzing data through drones and sensors. Also, it enables precise herbicide spraying in areas of weed occurrences. So the methodology adopted in this study is the comprehensive review methodology, which examines the existing literature by using analytical tools like systematic mapping and thematic analysis. A total of 213 papers were reviewed, out of which 75 were selected based on their relevancy to the topic. It also integrates findings from the resources like peer-reviewed journals, conference proceedings, government publications, and sources extracted from Google Scholar using keywords like AI in agriculture, weed detection, and disease management, etc. This multidimensional approach provides an overall understanding of AI's potential for sustainable farming practices. Next. Various AI techniques have been developed from 2000 to 2011 for proper soil management. Some of them are artificial neural network and precision crop management, digital elevation models, which help in the geographical elevation of soil as well as analyze the physical conditions. This also helps in the prediction of soil composition by analyzing factors such as pH value and fertility of the soil. However, these techniques are very time consuming as well as require proper data inputs. Next slide. So, crop management, precision crop management as well as crop prediction models are used, which analyze that which crop can be grown based on the type of soil. However, these are required proper GPS and video imaging for navigation. Next. For disease management, expert systems and fuzzy logics are required. These work on the base of predefined rules and knowledge base, whereas fuzzy logics make clever deductions based on the proper crop management and for the diseases. However, experts are required for the setting up of that knowledge base and rules as well as the brucellosis. Next. For weed management, weed prediction technologies are there, time series analysis is there, which evaluate that how much time the crop is exposing to the weeds and what is the impact of weeds on the crop. But proper requirement of sensors and drones are there, which are very costly and cannot be afforded by farmers in a remote and rural areas. Further leading to the challenges which are there in the AI for the use in agriculture, there is expert systems which are site specific and require are limited commercial adoption. AI impacts. These are the AI impacts which lags in agriculture due to reaction time and precise issues. There is lack of preciseness while implementing those techniques by farmers. Farmers need proper training requirements. Vast amount of data is needed for using the AI techniques in the farming systems. AI's future in agriculture. By 2050, it is predicted that there would be over 9 billion of population on the planet. So to meet the food demand there is requirement to use innovations in the agricultural field. For the energy inputs can be used and robotics and autonomous systems can be used to enhance agricultural productivity. Further leading to the conclusion, to sum up, it can be said that AI has great positive impact on agricultural field, despite of the challenges like costliness of data, the training requirements for farmers, yet it can ensure the productivity, profitability and sustainability. Thank you.
Very good topic, but we have too much material in few slides. We have concentrated very on one field, we have taken so many fields. Next one is Vijay Singh is here. Who is assistant deputy name? Hardeep Singh? You are Hardeep Singh? No. The next you are Hardeep. Then I have Sonia. Okay, not there. Ritu. Shweta Chaturvedi. Dr. Yashwant Singh. Okay, ठीक है, next is Hardeep. Or we can call Sonia. Sonia on here.
Good afternoon, one and all present here. My name is Sonia Bandal and I am pursuing PhD in Extension Education and Communication Management from Punjab Agriculture University, Ludhiana. Today I am going to present my topic that is bridging the gender gap strategies for empowering women in the 21st century. Let me introduce with the topic. With the status of the women in India, that is from the current population, 48.4% are females and 51.6% are males. And if we talk about the sex ratio, then the urban females are 985 per 1000 males and rural females are 1035 per 1000 males. And this figure illustrates the women employed in different sectors, and we can see that the major contribution of women is in agriculture work, that is total 46.2%, and the other and in the other sectors the participation is low, and overall we can see that the participation of women is low as compared to the men. This is because of the gender disparities faced by the women.
that is resulted from the gender gap. Gender gap is the disparities faced by men and women with the different dimensions, that is economic participation, educational attainment, political participation, and the health and survival. And with this, I have planned this study with the following objectives, that is to identify the gender disparities faced by women and to explore the strategies for reducing gender gap and to the women empowerment. This is based upon the data collected by the reviews of the full-length papers and the reports of the government agencies and ministries. Then, after reviewing the data, the gender disparities faced by women found were limited access to resources, gender discrimination and social norms, limited access to education and skill development, health disparities, and economic equality. Then is gender-based violence, unpaid care burden, and political participation, lack of infrastructure and services, and policy and governance issues regarding to women. Then we will discuss about the link between gender gap and women empowerment. Like bridging the gender gap is fundamental for the empowerment of the women, that it provides the rights, opportunities and social participation and interactions with the women for the development, which results in increased economic participation, educational attainment and political empowerment for the women, health and survival, and the social and cultural empowerment for the women. Then year 2001 is recognized as the Women Empowerment Year. Then these are some strategies for bridging the gender gap and for the women empowerment. Like first is gender responsive budgeting. One of the example of gender responsive budgeting is like now the Indian government is integrating the GRB, the budgetary processes. For example, like for the different women regarding programs, the government provides them with the budgets. And then is self-help groups. For example, Shri Mahila Biohydrogen self-help group. We all are familiar with the Legion Papad. That is, this group, self-help group was started by the 8 women with the expense of 100 rupees only. Next is digital literacy program. These are the initiatives that provide women and girls with the digital literacy skills. For example, the initiative taken by the Google and Tata Trust for the India, that is Internet Sathi. This initiative, the digital literacy kits and provided to the women of the remote areas. Then is STEM. STEM is like science, technology, engineering and mathematics. This is the initiative to encourage and support women for pursue education in these kind of fields. Especially like schemes for this initiative is Women Scientist schemes, and government also provides scholarships to the girls in the scientific areas. Next is gender sensitive education reforms. For example, Beti Bachao Beti Padhao program. This is reform for integrating gender sensitivity. And then is the legal reforms and rights. For example, like Equal Remuneration Act 1973. This act is for the equal pay to the men and women. Next strategy is affirmative action and reservations. For example, that women have 33% of reservations in the elections. Next is micro entrepreneurship programs. These programs provide women with access to credit and training to support the micro enterprises for this financial development, like Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana. Next is engagement of men in gender equality efforts. For example, He for She. This is the campaign which involves men and boys in discussions and activities that promote the gender equality. Then is healthcare. Healthcare is aimed to improving women access to quality healthcare services. For example, Janani Suraksha Yojana and National Rural Health Mission.
Next these are the suggestions from my side for reducing the gender gap. That is, first is to build, there is a need of building the education and skill, like by providing skill trainings to the women so that they can open their own enterprises and become financially independent. Then is cultural and social change. There is a need of cultural and social change. Then is strengthen collaboration across sectors. There is a need of collaboration between the different sectors because it is not a cup of tea of a single sector to reduce the gender gap. Next is monitoring and evaluation. Monitoring and evaluation play a major role in program planning. That is, by monitoring it can be found the difficulties and problems faced in the program, and then to find the solution, and the evaluation is must in every program to see the success rate. Then the conclusion drawn is that these are the major disparities faced by the women that is resulted from the gender gap. And if the different levels of government and private sectors collaborate with each other, then there is foundation of new laws and policies and institutions for the women, and these strategies help in reducing the gender gap, and the outcomes will be the women empowerment. That is economic empowerment, political empowerment, social empowerment, educational empowerment, and then enhanced development. Then at last, I would end this presentation by a beautiful quote by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru ji, that women should be uplifted for the betterment of the nation. If a woman is uplifted, society and nation is uplifted. Thank you.
If you do any survey, some kind of a sample survey, then identify means social or economic survey.
Yes, sir.
Did you do any sample survey?
No, sir. I just have reviewed the literature and.
Through literature you have collected?
Yes, sir.
So it is today, but anyway, but I got some diseases.
बदली वाला ना
Chairman Dr. Bhadoria, Vapotia, other delegates, students. I am going to present a paper on Khadi, the first registered breed of sheep from Punjab. Next, please. Livestock role in Indian agriculture. As you know, what highest livestock is owned by India, 535 million. And we are the first in buffalo population, 109 million, second in goat population, second largest poultry market in the world, second largest fish, then third in the population of sheep, 74 million, then fifth in the population duck, then camel, and number one in milk production. And as discussed, we produce more than average 444 ml per person per day, and in Punjab it is about 1100 ml per day. The total livestock population, if we consider regarding sheep, then it is 74 million as per 20 livestock census, and Punjab has 1.28 lakh. And from the 12 to 2019, there is a depletion of sheep population. There are so many factors, but mostly it is maintained by the marginal and small landholder farmer from the downtrodden state of the society, and they hardly have any land. So they have to maintain their animal on common property resources. And nowadays, particularly in Punjab, there is scarcity of common property resources. There are very less space to graze these animals. if you consider overall total livestock population, the share of sheep is about 13%. And sheep as a overseas is the major sheep breeding state of Rajasthan, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and J&K. And presently there are 44 registered breed of sheep. Among them importantly Marwari, Dakkini, Nellore, Rampura, Purbushre. So they are generally reared for wool, wheat, and manure purpose. The sheep variety they are breed which are available mostly in the cooler climate, Himachal, J&K. They have good quality of wheat as well as wool also. But the breed from southern states, Nellore, Dakkini, they have high good quality wheat, but their wool is hairy. So it is not considered very good for high quality product for manufacturing, and for that purpose they generally reared by the person who generally sells them for meat purpose, mutton purpose. Typically play a vital role for the economy of the poor people, providing livelihood to millions of small and marginal farmers and landlords. Considering all these facts, me personally, along with aided by the project with the National Bureau of Animal Genetic Resources, Karnal, and we surveyed the area of Punjab, particularly from the central area, Sangrur, Barnala, Ludhiana, Malerkot also, and we registered this breed in 2023. This is the first registered breed of Punjab. Currently breed derived its name from black circle around the eyes, like kajal. And its habitat as it is Sangrur, Barnala, Ludhiana, Monga, and Adwa district. Present population is about 6,000 to 8,000 animals, and it is primarily reared by landless and underprivileged farmers. But it is good mutton producing under extreme system of management, because mostly animals are reared on the common property resources under extensive system of grazing, and they hardly provide any concentrate to them. So the potential is quite good if they are properly maintained. So in 2020 it is approved, and in 2023 because of the COVID situation, they provide this certificate to this registration certificate. Regarding the breed characteristic, it is a healthy, large size breed, massive body build, and there are two types of variety in this. One is white or chitty curly, having white color, complete body white, but black circle of patch on the head region around eyes. And another one is black, kali curly, and it have a dark brown color body, and sometimes tail is generally white. They have Roman nose with convex shaped nose, and long and flat ears, pendulous ears, long tail touching to the ground, and both the sexes are generally old without horns. But sometimes in male there are some present. Adult teeth are medium size, and the average adult body weight is 30 to 76 in male and 26 to 66 in female. Regarding other breed characteristics, this is breeding considered one of the heaviest, and lambs can be marketed at the age of 3 to 6. Generally farmers sell the lamb at the 6 months of age, and it is generally wool is shown twice a year, February, March and August summer, with an average grazing wool production about 1 kg per feeding. This breed is primarily for meat purpose, having good mothering ability, and this is the weight of the male and female lambs, young ones, at birth about 4.3 kg male body weight is there, in female is 3.6, and gradually it is up to 33 to 30 kg in male and female at 1 year of age. Regarding reproductive parameter, sexual maturity, animal achieve particularly female 10 to 12 months of age, and in male it is about 12 to 15 months. Male lambing season take place in January to March, about 80 to 90% annual lambing is there. Every adult female generally gives birth to the young lambs, and the breeding life is 7 to 8 years. At lambing, we generally give birth to single lamb, but cleaning 2 lambs at a time is generally 5 to 10% per observed. Conclusion is this curly sheep is found to be heaviest breed, and its phenotypically characteristics are quite good. It is well adapted to this particularly Punjab region, and for the upliftment of downtrodden and for the diversification of agriculture, government should give more incentive to conserve and propagate this breed. Recently, College of Veterinary Science Rampura received the NLM project, National Livestock Mission, in 232 lakh were provided, and we are assessing the countryship under intensive system of cleaning as compared to 1 acre wheat and rice cycle. How, what are the energy expenditure, how it is beneficial, and if it is possible, we will provide a model to the farmer that instead of going for wheat and rice cycle, they should go for countryship meat production, because at our proximity J&K there is a huge market of meat and mutton. So Punjab is at the doorway, at the lower minimum distance is there from Punjab to Jammu. So this market can be exploited. There are various military cantonments are there, so there is a good market. So it provides a very good scope to the farmer to intensively produce these animals instead of extensive system. Thank you. The topic is open for discussion.
What is your conclusion here?
Contribution is, sir, we registered as a team, agriculture from Garbasu, few scientists from NVGR Karnal. We surveyed and made this breed registered. Earlier it was considered non-dispute breed. We came to the notice of the government also, state government also, that this breed should be conserved. It has a good potential. And now under National Livestock Mission, we are running a project from the last year. And we will try to provide a model for alternate to the wheat and rice cycle. Instead of going that, it acts as a substitute for provide diversity to the agriculture also. Thank you.
Good afternoon to all of you. My name is Dr. Brajinder Singh, Associate Professor, Department of Agronomy, Gurukhash University. So, I am going to present my research. Moving as a green manuring and residue incorporation influences yield and economics of wheat under rice wheat cropping system. So, the legumes are used as a green manure because they fix atmospheric nitrogen and adds organic matter into the soil, so which will help in increasing the physical conditions of soil. Then the incorporation of green manuring in combination with wheat residue can be advantageous to mitigate the adverse effect of wheat residue on rice due to nitrogen immobilization, and can increase yield and nitrogen use efficiency in following wheat crop. The objective of my study was the effect of Vigna radiata moon as a green manuring and residue incorporation on yield and economics of wheat under basmati rice and wheat cropping system. So, this is the technical problem and treatment detail. So, in the treatment 1, mung bean residue was incorporated, basmati rice and wheat. Of these three crops, residue was incorporated in the soil. In second treatment, the basmati rice residue was partially burned. In the T3, mung bean residue incorporated, rice residue incorporated, and wheat residue was removed. Then in T4 treatment, mung bean residue incorporated, basmati rice residue was partially burned and wheat residue removed. In T5, both rice and wheat, both residues were incorporated. In T6, treatment number 6, the basmati rice residue was partially burned and wheat residue were incorporated. In T7, basmati rice residue were incorporated and wheat residue removed. In treatment number 8, basmati rice residue were partially burned and wheat residue removed, and T9 were the controlled. No basmati residue and no wheat residue were applied. So the treatment design was used a completely randomized block design. Then result and discussion. So the effect of green manuring and residue incorporation on grain yield, straw yield, biological yield and harvest index of wheat. So in the first, my study was conducted for 2 years, 19 and 20. So in the first year, there was no effect of the residue, but in the second year, the effect of residue incorporation on the wheat growth and their grain yield were recorded. So with the treatment number T3, the significant increase in the grain yield quintal per hectare, that is 59.5 quintal per hectare in 2020. Straw yield that was higher with significantly higher in the treatment number T1, that is 83.6 in 2020. Then biological yield, that was also found increased in the treatment number T1, 142.6, but it is at par with the treatment number 2, 3 and 4. Then effect of green manuring and residue incorporation on the economics of wheat. So the cost of cultivation rupees per hectare. So with the treatment number T3, the cost on the cost of cultivation was higher, that is 92,019 rupees per hectare, but the gross return that are also we got highest. So that is the 2,74,897, and net return also is significant with the treatment number T3. Because in this treatment number T3, there are both residues, mung bean as well as basmati rice residue were incorporated, but wheat residue that are used for the purpose of feed to animals. So that's why the net returns that are increased, and also the cost of cultivation are less. And conclusion, as a legume, mung bean incorporation in soil before rice sown gave much better response in terms of grain yield and improvement in soil fertility. And application of rice residue with combination of green manuring to wheat crop is beneficial in terms of net returns per hectare and benefit cost ratio. It may be concluded from the results of experiment conducted for successive 2 years that incorporation of green manuring with mung bean residue and residue incorporation could be advantageous in increasing crop yield and economics. The crop yield and economics also accordance in an improving trend with time in all the treatments comprising crop residue with or without crop residue. The finding will hopefully cheer farmers for residue incorporation as a mean of disposal instead of burning or removal due to its beneficial effect on the soil, physical and biological properties and economic returns. Thank you. Sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. As I'm farmers in second class of University.
Title use of information sources via usage of medical college libraries. Author Parkinson, Assistant Professor, Library and Information Science Department of Guru Kasim University, Community College. Abstract aim to review the lecture on the use of information sources in medical college. Method, literature review. Introduction. Sources, aid and learning and professional growth, workshop and infrastructure are key to optimizing sources use. Keywords, medical college information sources, field social users, libraries. Introduction, role of libraries. Physical and advancing medical education while providing essential resources. Impact on professionals. Enhance knowledge and skills of medical professionals, including faculty and students. Contribution. Quality healthcare education through value equipment libraries. Digital age transformation, ICT impact, regulation age, library device offering new ways to enhance resources, challenge, meeting the growing demands for fast and accurate information formats. Libraries must balance print and digital resources to cater to diverse needs. Review of literature, definition, summary rejecting research on a specific topics, purpose, offers a comprehensive understanding of relevant information on medical library sources. Case study, first, let's take and delay 2019 use of CITAAS of Saudi Arabian medical libraries, outcomes, improved accessibility and convenience for users. Case study 2, Lensa and Babakuti 2018, ICT uses among postgraduate medical students in Kerala, finding high use of ICT for education and communication, poor infrastructure, key issues. Case study 3, Ramakrishna and Madhu Vishwa 2018, use sources use of JK Kindergarten, dental calls, finding high usage of e-journals, proactive library feedback mechanism. Other case studies, Mark 2018, History of Medical Education in India, Das and Singh 2017, ICT application in Assam's Medical College Libraries, Pat and Badol 2014, digital sources used in Jammu Medical Colleges, Various written 2013, Historical Perspective, Medical Librarianship in India. Conclusion, diversity in sources, libraries provide mix of print and digital sources, increasing dependency, growing reliance on electronic sources for information, importance of awareness, librarian must educate users on sources availability and usage. ICT infrastructure, 28 ICT support in physical for maintaining sources. References, key references, list of main references used in the study including article by Let's Rag of Bidare 2019, Lensa and Babakuti 2018, Das R and Singh SK 2017, Sharma and Rajkumar 2016 and others. Thank you for your time and attention. Thank you.
Sir.
Yes, okay. सभी एक साथ बोलने से ठीक है, ओके.
A warm good afternoon, everyone. What do you mean by farmer? A farmer is simply, we can tell, a man who is cultivating crop in their field. Do you think about a farmer is a graduate by BSc or MSc? Well, in our mind, we have an idea the farmers are illiterate. So, my topic is literacy in farmers. The definition of illiteracy is those who can't read or write. Is it all? No. We can start from our family. In our family, our elder one or our grandpa, grandfather, they are telling like, if they are facing some issues on their mobile phone, they are giving to their grandchildren, please solve this problem. Why? They also know how to read and write. So that's the problem is behind the grandparents is they are lack to adopt the new technologies. It also is illiteracy. The role of illiteracy the importance of the literacy is crucial for the personal development, assessment of information, and socio-economic advancement. And in India, so it's a developing country like India, the largest population is illiterate. Why illiteracy in farmers? There are mainly three reasons: socio-economic factors, cultural and generational gap, and migration factor. In socio-economic factor, we can simply say that in a poor family, the children early become a farmer because they are spoiling their school life. It's one reason. And cultural generation. In rural area in India, they are also facing this kind of problem. They are opening for the school for Muslims, Hindus, Christians. It's also including this illiteracy. And the migration pattern. I am from Kerala. I am studying in Punjab. If I am settled in the Punjab, then how my people get literate? And consequence of illiterate in agriculture. The low productivity. If the farmer is less consequent about how can achieve the good productivity, it's also part of the illiteracy. And financial mismanagement. The government is providing a lot of education, loans and schemes to enhance the farmers, to balance the financial and health and safety risks. The farmers are using the overdosage pesticides, insecticides. It's also kill us only. And inability to adapt to the environmental changes. There are farmers are facing a lot of losses by climate change, high rainfall, less of water scarcity is also there. And government NGO initiatives, government programs. There are a lot of government programs provided to enhance the rural population. Example is adult literacy classes, agricultural extension services. It has a major role in promoting the farmers knowledge. And there are some schemes like KVK, Krishi Vignan Kendra, is also enhance the farmers' knowledge. The role of technology in addressing illiteracy. Mobile apps. We know the farmers are illiterate, so they can use these kind of mobile applications to improve their knowledge by their own local language by providing both voice-based instruction. So they don't want to read or write. And radio programs. We have heard of a lot of radio programs in a local language to enhance their knowledge. And the e-learning platforms. It's also helpful for the farmers who can sit in their home and can study and get more knowledge in the world of agriculture. It's an app and its application is Plantix. It's also very popular in India. And challenges and barriers. Resistance to change. We can't change our ancestors or our grandparents. We can't say that you want to use this kind of dose, don't be used overdose. But they can tell it's also profitable. So why did I want to change? That's the old farmers mentality. And gender disparities. Women farmers. In rural areas, women farmers are very less in number, and we want to improve we want to give the importance for the women for enhancing the agriculture and in education also. In lack of funding. In main literacy programs, they are underfunded. So we want to give some free classes for the rural area farmers to enhance their education also. And solution and recommendation. Government investments. Increasing funding for the rural education and adult literacy program is crucial. And collaboration. We want to collaborate with the education and we want to collaborate with universities. It's also helpful for it's also helping the solutions. And peer learning, promoting farmer to farmer. If I may become a farmer, I can help other farmers to increase their knowledge in how to apply the fertilizer, etc. And the literacy program should be adopted to adult learners. And combining basic literacy with the partial farming skills addressing gender disparities. Special attention should be given to the education women, farmers, who play a crucial role in agriculture. And conclusion. Summary. Literacy among the farmers is a major barrier to improving the agricultural productivity and socio-economic development, improving livelihood and increase the food security. And I want to share a slogan from the Sanskrit. Na choraharyam na charachaharyam na bhadrabhajyam na bharakari vai krite vardhana eva nityam vidyadanam sarvadhanat pradhanam. The meaning by this slogan is the thief can't be stolen, and the king can't be get from their locals as a tax. It's a weightless. We don't want to share to our siblings, and it is increases by sharing to another one. That's the thing is education, only education. And call to action. The government, NGOs and communities need to come together and tackle illiteracy in rural farming population for a bright future in agriculture. Thank you.
You have to put your lecture reading, you're going very fast. Okay. So write down your name and write up the front side. Who else?
Yeah, but
Yes, you are
yes,
there.
sir. I just copy, sir. Can you use my laptop? You want pen drive or laptop?
A very good morning to one and all present here. I'm Professor Dr. Joe from Faculty of Management Commerce, FMC, and I'm from Chennai, Tamil Nadu. So I have made actually my title was business strategies, but I thought business strategies time may not be sufficient, so I just limited to strategies to increase cultival value under irrigation for farm produce. Next. Now that's introduction. India is a vast, India is a land of vast natural resources and it's primarily an agrarian economy till date. Now, in the agriculture sector in India contributes around 18.2% to the overall country's GDP. However, share of agriculture in India's GDP has declined from 35% from the year 1990 to 91 to 15% in 2023. There is almost around a 25% decrease in the overall GDP rate. Now, this decline is mostly attributed to the rapid growth of industrialization and the rapid growth in the service sector, especially that of computer and computer aided services. Next. Now, contribution to the agriculture sector to Indian economies. The agriculture sector provides, however, a livelihood to around 42.3% in the population. The agriculture sector's contribution to the GDP follows a cycle with the fourth quarter of the year, of any financial year or accounting year, being the strongest. The Economic Survey 23-24 calls for increasing private sector investment in agriculture to provide impetus to the sector. So now the government is planning to inculcate or bring the private sector into participation in the agriculture sector as well. The increase in demand for agricultural produce necessitates the expansion of cultivated land through proper irrigation. Now this is the ministry. I got number of graphs, but I took only a few graphs here. Now this is the source is the agriculture statistics published by in the year 2025 by the Government of India, Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Department of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Economics and Statistics Division. Now here we see Uttar Pradesh stands has around almost close to 19.96% or 20% being the highest under irrigation. Okay, irrigated land, and Kerala the least 0.2%. That is obvious because Kerala are very nature loving people. They do not want any industry to come to their state, and for the past 50 years no government industry or public sector undertaking or any private industry have come up in Kerala. And if at all they come up in 3 months, it will be lower. People make sure that it is bound up. So they are very nature loving people, and most of the Western Ghats are still today they are protected as reserve forests, and that is why it is not India has its own state, and of course the other states stand somewhere in between, and most of the other states between tend to say 5% is because of lack of water, and river water integration and sharing of water resources by the from one state to another state. So there is always now this concept of law is called the riparian state. Okay, and the colonial rule left us with no laws for sharing the water among the riparian states. Okay, so the problem stands even still today. Okay, for example, the river water sharing of Kaveri between Karnataka and Andhra and between Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, and so the problem still continues. The agitation is still there, and there is no law or regulations that have been passed for proper sharing of the water resources for better irrigation purposes. Next. Yeah, that is the strategies. Next. One is enhanced water storage and management. Now most of the water, that is especially the rainwater, in most states go to the sea. Okay, and there is no adequate rainwater storage. I think the last dam built, most of the dams that have been built in India have been built by the erstwhile colonial rule. The last being the Medu Dam. Okay, between Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh. I think I think one dam has been built by the government is the Narmada Dam, and that was in spite of Narmada Bandha Acholan. I think there was environmentalists who fought for it for not building it. And then there is adopt modern irrigation techniques or technologies like drip irrigation system. Now Israel stands number 1 in though it is a very small land area. They export the largest. Their exports are the largest for fruits and vegetables in the whole world. Okay, that is because they follow the sprinkler system or the irrigation system with absolutely no water resources. Then sprinkler system, yeah, that I already told you. Then optimize groundwater use. Now there are some laws that have been brought for groundwater usage because certain states are using groundwater extensively. For example, if you take Punjab and Haryana, now Haryana, if they are using land water more, then Punjab will have lack of groundwater. So the groundwater depletion is more. So now we are proposing to bring about adequate laws to preserve groundwater. Then promote efficient water use like water saving technologies, and then education and training like save water, save or save every drop of water. Okay. Then next one. Improve soil. Improve soil. That is by natural manure or natural farming. So improve soil. So you have organic farming there as one of the options for improving soil. Then expand irrigation infrastructure. Now canal expansion. Now a lot of money is being diverted to this, but it has not been adequately implemented. Okay, canal water expansion. Then small scale irrigation projects. Right? You can have small dams built. Then next one, financial and policy support, like subsidies and incentives. Then policy reforms. Then under research and development, innovative solutions. Then pilot projects, which can be done by agricultural students or any students who are interested in agriculture. Then next one, last. Then community environment. So you should, for any sector or any project to survive or to stay in place, you need the community support. Without community support, nothing can be done. So you need to have community support, like participatory planning and training capacity building. For example, in Japan, one lake was polluted and they cleaned up the lake and filled it with fresh water, and the local community decided that they will not drain any water into that lake without proper sewage or water treatment for sewage. And that is the culture. I mean, that is a teamwork. That is how the Japanese are. Okay, whereas Indians are far too less when compared to that. You say there is no adequate drainage system or wastewater treatment for the water from industries. They are just let out into the rivers, and it erodes seawater. There is a lot of problem with that. Seawater erosion is there. Then the water gets polluted, and aquaculture or fisheries, fish they suffer a lot, and they are a source of both food and livelihood for human beings in the coastal area. And therefore, this treatment this government must ensure that adequate laws are brought forth. And the government of India has also brought about certain programs like Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana. I know that good in Hindi, PMKSY, and what are the goals of the scheme and the components of the scheme. Under this, they have two components. One is Accelerated Irrigation Benefit Program AABB and HKKP. Okay, yes, next one. The PA scheme also includes other components such as repair, renovate, restoration of existing water bodies or bring about new water bodies. Especially in Tamil Nadu, now they have renovated water bodies to a large extent because it is prone to monsoons. Okay, it is prone to monsoons, and right now there are heavy monsoons there. In the September, October, November, we have the southwest monsoons, and we are equally affected with the northeast monsoons. And Kerala is the starting point. Exactly on July 1, the southwest monsoon strikes Kerala, and if it is on July 1, then the monsoon is normal. But very rarely it goes to July 2 or July 3. And we have adequate rainfall, both Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh have adequate rainfall because of these monsoons. But the water bodies are not good. But Tamil Nadu now has taken strides, because I am from that state. They have taken certain strides to renovate their water bodies there. So they have to now, because most of the water bodies are covered and flats are built. I recently visited Chandigarh, and unfortunately, it was a heavy downpour in Chandigarh, and I think my bus, the whole day I was not able to come out, and I was not able to reach GKU in time, and I had to stay one day at Bathinda. Okay, so that is about irrigation.
Their conclusion is the scope to increase the cultivable land to bring the same under irrigation is possible by a number of evolving technologies driven by advancements in irrigation technologies, the government policies, and investments in agricultural infrastructure. The research has far-reaching implications in the extraction of soil, water resources, agricultural sustainability, and substantially improves to bring more area under irrigation. It also presents the challenges in water overuse and soil salinization. So when you overuse water, there are drawbacks to it, or the after effects of this, and it is up to the government or the implementing bodies to balance, to strike a balance between these two extremes. Next one, yeah, that's it. Thank you so much.
Anybody else?
Any questions?
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you, audience.
With this, our today's session is going to end. I am very thankful to the chairperson of this session, co-chairperson, and reporter of this session, as well as I am also thankful to all the participants who presented here different kind of research work that is going on in agriculture and allied sectors. I am also thankful to all the students and our non-teaching faculty members. Because of their support, this session was successfully completed. Thank you so much, and thanks to all.
Participant can leave now.
Just sir, one minute, sir. Can you sit, sir? One. Thank you, sir.
Okay, close it and let participant leave, please.